Hi everyone, it's Dakota. Thank you for coming back and joining me on my channel. If you're new here, well, welcome to my channel and I hope you enjoy my videos. So I'm in today for just a little Wednesday weigh-in update and also talk about the water challenge for this past week and all the other challenges I felt that I had this week. So this past week I was supposed to be doing the water challenge, which is drinking 1 gallon a day for an entire week to see how I feel and what changes. I failed. I think I made it to day 4 and then I was out and about and I brought like a really big tumbler full of ice water and I thought this should be plenty because I didn't plan on being out as much as I was, but I was gone like half the day. And then when I got home, I was scrambling to get other things done, help my husband with the girls, and I just realized at the end of the day, I'm like, I haven't even started my gallon, barely. Like if I count what I took in my water, I barely touched it. So of course I kept drinking some water, but I'm like, there's no point in even trying because I knew I couldn't chug a whole gallon of water at like, by the time I realized what had happened. And then to be honest, the next day I started and I only got like a third of my gallon done, and then I kind of just like lost interest. Which has kind of made me realize a few other things in my mentality. But I did lose interest, and I mean, I'm still drinking water. I mean, you have to drink water to be alive, but I'm back on more of my regular amount of drinking water, which is like, I usually drink like 2 or 3 refills of my 40-ounce tumbler, and then I will then drink like a flavored ice, well, I like the ice waters, or like a flavored bubbly water. I'll drink one of those and then follow it up with something like some more like flavored water through the day. Sometimes I'll have an iced tea and I also have a coffee. In the morning I have a coffee, and then in the evening sometimes I have an iced tea. So I went back to just my normal shebang. This past week I have really felt, I don't want to say blue, but kind of blue. I feel like it's been just, I kind of went in, how do I say it? I kind of went into like a bit of a little bit of a rut, I guess, where I just felt very overwhelmed by my life duties, really. I think I felt overwhelmed because I know like I'm struggling with my youngest reflux, which we finally did see a doctor and I got her on some medication finally, but it's better. It is finally getting somewhat better, but it is so hard day to day because I feel like I can't plan an actual life really around it. And I know it's temporary, so it's just like I need to just get through it because every baby grows out of reflux. But it has caused kind of like, for me, it feels kind of like I'm trapped and I can't get over that rut. It is getting better though. Like I said, finally we're in a stage of it kind of getting somewhat better. I'm happy that she's at least not in as much pain as she was. I've also felt very overwhelmed with other parts of my life too, just with what tasks I need to be getting done at home. And I feel like I know what the answer is. Like I know in my head what is going on and what path has led me here, and I know it's temporary. Because like, for example, my youngest, because of her reflux, the most comfortable position that she is in is being held upright in my arms facing outward so she can look at the world. But that also means that you are holding her almost all day long, starting at, I'd say like 8 or 9 a.m. and sometimes earlier, sometimes a little later, you never know. But then it pretty much starts that way, and here and there she'll let me put her in her bouncer or play on the floor or sit in her little frog chair. It's like a booster chair. I don't know what to call it. But those are very brief moments of like a 10-minute break that I usually use to like go to the bathroom, feed myself, feed my toddler. Otherwise, I am holding her like all day long. And it feels very overwhelming because then all of your duties of everything else just becomes overwhelming because you're getting so behind. Then I see myself getting to this point of, you know, choosing to do those tasks instead of getting sleep, and then it's kind of like a horrible vicious cycle of just then you're really tired and grumpy the next day and it's just not worth it. So I've been kind of feeling like I've been in a rut like all week, but I feel like at least today has been better. Today, my husband actually, the reason I didn't film a video even earlier today was because my husband was kind enough to pretty much watch my littlest, my youngest, all day long, or almost all day long. And I had my toddler upstairs with me and I was able to get a lot done, so at least I feel productive and like I'm moving forward. He was also very kind to help me yesterday morning in just cleaning up the downstairs area. But you know, it's very hard, and maybe I can relate to I can relate to some of those moms out there with, you know, young babies that are struggling through something, or you're struggling through something. It's very hard to make sure that you feel that you're adequate enough, that you are doing enough for your family. And I feel for you. But hopefully we're moving in the right direction. And like I said, I know that this too shall pass. I noticed this week I didn't really eat all that much again. It was primarily just having like, well, let me rephrase that. In the beginning of the week when I started my water challenge, I will say I felt hungry way more. Like I was kind of worried that I would definitely be gaining weight because for some reason, I don't know if I was jumping my metabolism, I just felt like hungry all day long. Like I couldn't get rid of it, no matter, even if I was like filling myself full of water, chugging it, I just felt hungry all the time. And it was really hard to control that, I will say. When I got to the fourth day though, I kind of went on to like my normal thing of what I was doing before, like I said, where I drink a coffee, and then maybe midday I would want like a small something. So then I would end up having like a protein shake or an Atkins bar, and then at night I would have a dinner. I will say I haven't been nearly as good as I should be on eating the amount of vegetables I should be getting in. But I mean, I'm still eating a really good sized portion dinner. It's almost kind of like, another YouTuber had mentioned it. It was like intuitive eating. And I just feel like if I'm not hungry, I'm not going to force myself to eat a bunch of food. And so I just haven't been as hungry. And like I said, I'm still drinking liquids. I'm just probably not drinking enough. If you were to say like, you're supposed to be drinking a gallon a day. Well, I know that I'm probably not. Think though, like this coming week, I have one of my goals is to try and eat more vegetables. And I'm also going to try to get an actual meal and not like an Atkins bar toward the beginning of the day. So I was able to meal prep today some breakfast scramble bowls, and I made those for my husband and myself. Those are my goals this week though. But we got to the lovely part at the end of this where I want to show you guys what I lost this week. Okay, so that is a 2-pound loss from last week. So whatever I'm doing, it's still working. And I don't want anyone thinking like, oh, she's starving herself and that's why she's losing weight because she's barely eating. I'm like, I don't feel like that's true. I just feel like I'm not eating if I'm not hungry, and maybe my body is dipping into some fat reserves. I don't know what it's doing, but it seems like it's working right now. I'm really excited about my 2-pound loss though. I'm so close to being like 20 pounds down. So that's really exciting for me. The other thing that's really exciting is, like I said in my last video, I'm really close to being in the 250s. And I haven't been in the 250s since 2017. So it's so close, I can taste it. Anyways, let's jump into my breakfast scramble recipe. It's really easy, and I hope you guys enjoy making it for yourself. I think it's a really quick and easy go-to meal when you're trying to just, you know, stay on track and have something that's grab and go. It didn't take that long to make it either, so let's jump right into it. I hope you guys enjoyed my little scramble, and I look forward to next week's weigh-in, and hopefully I am that much closer to the 250s, if not in it. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and if you like my content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get reminders whenever I upload, and also leave me a comment. I love interacting with you guys. Just be a little patient with me to get back to you sometimes. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead of you, and I look forward to the next one. Bye.